going on, everybody? Hi, it's Tim Metz, and welcome to my first live stream in the new studio. I think you can hear me. Yeah, you should be able to. Send me a chat. Let me know where you guys are from. I didn't really have much planned. I just realized I needed to probably do this to get going again. So here we are. Yeah, I guess I'll play some drums. Let me know how it sounds. We're just testing this out, seeing what's going on. If you have any questions or if you want something explained, just, send it in the chat. Again, let me know where you're from. What's up, Marcus? Good to see you. All right. Music by Wayne, good to see you. All right, I'm going to hit some drums. Drums. All right. What's up, Ralph? Good to see you. It's awesome. Marcus, the introduction, I played it live. I'm just doing it in the background just to have fun. Yeah, I don't know. When I do it for the videos, like the actual YouTube videos, it's all recorded. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's usually live. So, yeah. Man, this is awesome. Totally spur of the moment. So, everything sound okay? I guess dead time is fun time. So here we go. Anyway, so I got a foot cam, just in case you want to see it. There's a foot cam. I don't have to do the dramatic cuts. There's my over-the-shoulder cam. There's the front cam, front-facing cam. And then, yeah, so it's pretty fun. I do have a bottom snare mic, Ralph. Yes. It's, I don't know. I have it on just because I wanted something snappier. I decided to do a bottom snare. I was doing a recording once for this guy who wanted more of a marchy sound, and then I just kind of liked the sound of it. So, decided to. Sounds like, oh, awesome. As long as it sounds like the original, I guess we're good. Thanks, Marcus. Hey, James. Yeah, so not that many people in here right now. I don't know. I'm going to just play something. You guys, I know, Ralph, do you want to play some rudiment ritual with me or something? You guys want to practice something? It might be kind of fun to just do that. Maybe I'll just play some rudiment ritual anyway, just to do it. Yeah, I'll just do some. I'm going to put my metronome on, my trusty phone metronome. Put it on at 150. We'll go a little slow. I'll just do the first half of this thing. See how it goes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. just got distracted by my computer throwing me all sorts of notifications and stuff. And that is just really funny. Oh, man. Anyway, my apologies for that. I totally lost track of, I saw this thing, like, okay, so when I was logging into my account here, I have two computers going on. I have a computer over here that runs the audio and a computer over here that runs the video that's off camera. All the computers are off camera. And so when I was setting this up, for some reason my password for Google wasn't saved in here, and so I couldn't get into this computer to run the live stream. And so it keeps popping up like your account is your Google account. I'm like, but I fixed it. I saved it. Anyway, then it didn't save my password, and whatever. I'm in here. So here, let me get rid of this notification. Maybe it'll help me out a little bit. All right. Excuses. Yeah, so Marcus totally focused on rudiments the last 2 months and totally forgot to sharpen my bass drum feathering. Yeah, okay. Well, actually, we can talk about bass drum feathering just a little bit if you'd like. It's what I notice a lot of times is that a lot of people feather too loudly, So it's important to remember that it's felt, not heard. So just try and play it and feel it. Here, watch this. Fancy right there. So check this out. I'll play, and I'll show you what I mean. Like, I'm barely playing the bass drum. So hopefully you got a chance to see that, and hopefully you don't mind my sandals, because look, I live in California. I have to wear sandals, and they're not flip-flops anymore, so hopefully people will allow that. Anyway, so yeah, Marcus, hopefully that helps. Ralph, thank you. It's, I've been doing it for a long time, but it's just the rudiment ritual. And I made it look easy until I got distracted. Ha! All right. Oh, man. Yeah, thanks, Marcus. Yeah, the bass drum comping, whatever you do, whatever you comp with your hands, try and answer with your feet. That's an idea too. So let's say you play, if you played just for example out of the John Riley book, you take comp example 1, the first measure, you can play with the snare drum, second measure with the bass drum. So there I just ran through a few different variations of, what you can do just with that first exercise in comp example 1. So, also that tempo that I just played, don't play that tempo. That's everybody plays that tempo. Do it at different tempos, Play up here. Brain buffer ran out at the end there. So you get what I mean? They're take as many different ideas as you can and play them at different tempos, faster, slower, whatever. But that tempo, the first tempo that I played is always the tempo that students play that stuff at. And I feel like it never fluctuates enough. So anyway, that's that. So anybody else? There's only 10 people on, so Yeah, I haven't been doing it in a while. I guess YouTube's not getting the notifications out. Plus, obviously it's a different time, so it's a little bit earlier. Yeah, actually, Marcus, I don't really feather with the bass drum in between some of that comping. You know, so like, I'm only playing. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not really thinking about it too much when I'm just playing. When I'm practicing like an exercise, I don't. You know, I might do a little bit more with it, but yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's just like playing a fill. You know, like playing a fill and then getting right back onto the ride cymbal or something. You know, so you know, it's just like. Even just playing like rock and getting back to beat one on the hi-hat or the and of one after you hit the cymbal, right? So like, let's just say you're playing this. So you don't really, like if the tempo's faster, check out what happens. So when the tempo is faster, I don't really sit with the, I don't play the and on the hi-hat. I wait till beat 2 to come back on the hi-hat. And it's the same concept with feathering. Like you don't have to feather right away after you play a comping idea with your bass drum. Right? If you can wait until the next measure or something. So like, let's say you play like. So in that example, like I was kind of just taking my time getting back to the feathering. So you can do that. You don't have to get back to your feathering right away. So hey Harry, awesome. Glad I could inspire. Let's see. Let's back up to Marcus. Yeah, the bass drum comping with feathering in between is hard, right? That's the gold. Yeah, I thought you did this slower time. I might have done that at the slower tempo. I honestly don't think about it much. What's up, Javier? It's Saturday? It's Friday, man. Isn't it Friday? It's Friday, right? Pretty sure it's Friday. My daughter's in school. It's got to be Friday. Oh, man. Let's see. Anybody else have any other questions? Where's everybody from? If if you're around. Also, Ralph knows this. Ralph, we've been doing Zoom lessons now once a month or so for a while, and it's been a lot of fun. I do Zoom lessons for people all over the world, so if you're interested, please follow the link in the description and give me an email, and I'll get right back to you. So it'll be fun. Hi, Wang Ning. Hi, Tim. Do you have any suggestions about keeping time? Yeah, I've got a lot of suggestions about it. Yeah. So the 80/20 drummer, I think that's his Nate, just released a really great video on ride cymbal technique and how to play it. And it's funny because I've been, basically talking to a bunch of my students lately about that. So his video is really great, and he goes into some pretty good detail, and he makes up words and terms and stuff that fit perfectly with the situation. So yeah, check out his video. It's brand new. It got released, I think, yesterday or something. Great video. As far as like keeping time is concerned, follow the quarter notes, like play quarter notes. Get into the quarter notes, right? Play, set your metronome. Here's 150. So we'll play. Another suggestion is to, play those quarter notes and think about something. Like I was thinking about a blues in the middle of that. So think about a blues. Think about something while you're playing. Play along to records. Play along to like Kind of Blue and some other ones, and just spend some time listening to other players and how they play time. That's a big way to do that. Hey Jackson, how's it going? Good to see you, man. How's Purdue? Yeah, Marcus, like when you play super fast, I kind of tend to like stop feathering a little bit. So let's go to 300. So I think that's about the threshold of where I'm going to be feathering. I'm not going to feather too much beyond that because I feel like it can bog the time down, for me at least. And so like anytime I'm playing something that interrupts the time flow, I need to get rid of that, right? So yeah, don't, if you're playing too fast and it gets bogged down, like let's say we bumped it up like, I don't know, 340. Woo! When we're getting that fast, like I kind of just feather more like on 2 and 4 a little bit. Like I'm not hitting every quarter note. So maybe that'll help a little bit. Just that way it's not bogging the time down too much. Yeah. I'm glad the other drummers like your cymbals, man. We got great cymbals. Hey, Mike. Good to see you from Wisconsin. That's awesome. Yeah. Key to playing fast is just to relax. If you're feathering, your mind will be on that, and you'll have a tendency to lose the time, feel relaxed for fast stuff. Dude, yes, exactly right. You got to practice slow. You got to think slow to play fast, right? James, can you talk about comping at a high tempo? It usually causes the whole thing to derail for me. Yeah, okay. Again, think slow when you're playing fast, right? So I'll slow it back down to 300 so we can kind of like hear that. John Riley, in one of the books, has a great up-tempo comping thing. It's like this whole couple of pages of comping. So I forget what book that is. I think it's in Beyond Bop. But it's like 4 or 5 pages of that. If anybody knows what it is, hit me up. Let's see. So think of a tune like Cherokee, right? So Cherokee at 300. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The main idea is to kind of like think about the melody, play less, like when I comp faster, I try and slow my comping down. I have less like eighth notes, more like, slower things, slower rhythms, quarter notes and half notes and things. sometimes the eighth notes are broken up between bass drum and snare drum, right? So. And even then, it's kind of getting busy, so you don't want to do too much. Listen to great drummers. That's the other thing. Listen to Max and all the other great drummers that were playing really fast back in the day, and the new drummers that are playing fast too. So check everybody out that's playing, and you know, incorporate what you're doing. So, thanks so much, Ralph. I appreciate that. I missed that up there, man. Really appreciate that. Ralph has been just a really, really amazing student too. It's just been fun teaching him. He's really, I don't know, just like really dedicated to what he's doing and really meticulous, and just, it's awesome. So thanks, Ralph. Let's see. Yes, it did. Oh, great. James, can you talk about comping it? Oh, I think I just did. Harry, any tips for changing up your tuning? I have my snares cranked and I love it, but sometimes I get bored of the cranked. Well, if you have another snare drum, it'd be kind of fun to just have two different snare drums with two different tunings. As far as what I do, I just kind of tune for the room and the gig and the music that I'm playing at the time. So if I'm playing a rock gig, I'm probably not going to tune like this, you know. But playing most of the jazz gigs I play, I do this. In fact, most of the jazz gigs I've been playing lately, I don't even bring toms. I actually played at Yoshi's last week, I believe, and I kind of struggled with the drum set a little bit that they had there for me. It was a Yamaha Phoenix, and it was, I don't know, it was okay, but I had to do the little floor tom leg trick where I turned the legs upside down, made it so the bass, the floor tom wouldn't ring so much. It was ringing like crazy. Like every time I hit the bass drum, it was sending the floor tom up, setting a frequency on the floor tom. So I tried tuning it out, couldn't do it. And so I resorted to doing the floor tom leg trick, which I saw John Good do from DW. And man, that worked like crazy. Just turned that floor tom leg upside down, and now I got a really short tone out of the drum, and I didn't have to muffle it using gaff tape or anything like that. So, and then snare drum, I kind of tuned a little bit for the room because tuning, I wanted a shorter sound, so I had to kind of tune the sustain out of my Craviotto snare drum that I had. And it worked. I liked it a lot for the music that I played. For this, in here, when I got into this room, I tuned everything a little bit higher. This room wanted to hear higher notes, I think, on my drums. So I kind of cranked them up just a little bit more. Snare drum's a little bit higher pitched than it was before. I like experimenting with tuning sometimes too, like just, you know, if something's boring you, just change it completely and see what that inspires you to play. So. Yeah, all right. Anybody else have any questions or anything like that? Am I missing something here? Did it go weird? Yeah, all right. Cool. All right, well, fun. This is the first fun live stream back. What? I have 7. Oh, there we go. I have 7, and a couple of my go-tos are all up there, but I'm taking one I don't usually use tonight, and it's in the mid-range. Yeah, man, we'll have fun with that. That's awesome. That'd be, man, yeah, 7 drums. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one more than me. I need to get one more snare drum. Mike Sarah, what's my favorite dinosaur? Well, it would have been my son if we could have named him Tyrannosaurus Metz, which was what I was really hoping for, you know, Ty, middle name Ranosaurus, then last name Metz. Yeah. I actually proposed that. It got shut down pretty heavily by my wife, but I still kind of wish that happened. Other than that, I don't know, man. I don't really have a favorite dinosaur. I mean, if it was a T-Rex, I mean, that seems really counterintuitive. I feel like they would want to eat me, so it'd have to be something that would be friendly to me if I were around at the same time as the dinosaur. So I don't know. I was thinking Stegosaurus. I always like the way they look, but I'm not sure they would be fun. They would be really open to having a human pet, as you will. So I don't know. It's really a tough decision. How about you, Mike? What's your favorite dinosaur? Yeah. That's a little tangent on dinosaurs. Here, I'm going to play some actually. Here's something that maybe you guys haven't thought of. It's a little bit with some flam taps. Is playing flam taps as quarter note triplets? All right, here we go. So that's one of the things that I like to do is play. Max Roach actually did that. If you check out Jordu, the first trading thing that he does on Jordu is that. So, all right, Ralph, good to see you. I'll see you on Sunday. Awesome. All right, let's see here. So Max Roach's solo on Jordu, it's like the first 2 measures of the first trading. He's kind of doing that. So just on the snare drum, he starts on the of 1, you know, so it's the second quarter note triplet. So yeah, that's kind of like, that's like a little Max Roach thing to do there. So. Sometimes you just got to hit the drums. All right, well, if there's no more questions or anything, Nathan, I saw that play. Maybe just play a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say right now. Yeah, skills, like, I guess I kind of just did that a little bit, you know, like just rolls. You know, when you talk about like soloing with rolls, obviously you can, you know, and stuff like that. If you guys take like, if you know Rolling in Rhythm, this from, if you know, from the Will Coxon book, so this. So you got the Will Coxon Rolling in Rhythm. You can take those hits from that and play those on the drums, on the cymbals. Haven't done that in a while, but yeah, that's something that you can do, like to work on some rolling in rhythm with some stuff like that. Marcus, you got playing in 2. Well, so like when you're playing in 2, there's some misconceptions about playing in 2. There's some people like to play in 2 by playing, you know, this sort of thing, which I forget who popularized this, but so this is how a lot of people play in 2. It's like this. And you know, that works, but I think if you listen to a lot of people playing, really in the playing in 2 video that I did, it's different, you know. So people are playing more, more time. In fact, I was playing with a great bass player, Paul Keller, who played with Diana Krall and some other people. And I played like this in 2. And when I did that, he turned around and he was like, "Yeah, man, everybody plays the other way. I love how you do that." You know, so like, it kind of depends on the bass player that you're playing with and the musical situation you're in, because sometimes you might be playing in 2 with a bass player that isn't hip to that, and they'll start walking on you. Maybe you're playing in 2 and a band leader doesn't like that feel and they want the other feel. So honestly, it just depends on what the band leader wants and how they want you to play. So you just kind of respect that. And by filling in the gaps, you kind of don't want to fill in the gaps too much. You want to leave that space. So yeah, hopefully that helps. I think that's going to about do it for me right now. I don't know. I'm going to try and do this a little bit more regularly again. This is probably not the best time to do it, but it's the time I had. So just gonna do that. So hopefully you guys are doing well. And yeah. If you have any questions, now's the time, because I'm about to hit the end stream button. I'll go for I'll just play maybe some Max Roach. So, yeah, that was improvising over the other part, but all right. That's it. All right. Terrence McDaniel, can you tell us about the jazz scene, life in Folsom pre-pandemic? Well, I don't actually live in Folsom, but life in Sacramento, I don't know. I wouldn't say that it was necessarily the end-all, be-all of jazz here, but I was able to make a living and, you know, play some music, which is... yeah, I don't know. There's some great players here, and so like if you come out and you play, then it's pretty cool. You know, there's at least a decent enough scene here. You know, so it's gotten. I wouldn't say it's gotten better, but there were a few places to play, and there's some good musicians making good music. So it's a nice town for that. As far as the Bay Area is concerned, I think it's a little bit more happening. You got like Thomas Pridgeon living there, and some other guys. Giulio Cetto is a great bass player that I used to play with a lot up here, but he moved down to the Bay, and he's playing with Thomas and all those guys. And it's a pretty awesome scene that they've cultivated and, you know, made happen, like at the Black Cat and some of those other places. So. That was a neat place. I didn't get down there much because, man, I'm like middle-aged with 2 kids. I got no time to go places in San Francisco and stay out. I can't stay up that late anymore. So, yeah, here we go. Anyway, so yeah, I mean the scene was okay, you know, and obviously Mike Johnston built a really cool thing in Folsom, especially. You know, and there's a really great high school, Folsom High School up in Folsom, that's pumping out great students. Same thing with down where I live in Sacramento. Rio Americano High School has some really great students. The college here, the CSUS, Sac State, has some really great students as well, and great teachers. On top of that, you know, believe it or not, just this whole Northern California area, there's in Stockton at UOP, the University of the Pacific. I used to teach there for a minute. I was filling in for Brian Kendrick when he was on sabbatical. They have a program there called the Jazz Ambassadors, which is really kind of one of the top jazz programs in the country. And what's neat about it is that they have a really great budget. So Lewis Nash and And Lewis Nash is on faculty there, so it's every once in a while he's in town. And you get to go see him play at a place that's almost the same size as the studio. So yeah, you know, there's some pretty hip stuff that happens around here. You just have to know where to look for it. So I don't know if that's pre-pandemic or if that was definitely pre-pandemic, and then hopefully a lot of this stuff continues afterwards. So anyway, jazz scene, gig life in Folsom. Yeah, so that was pretty much it. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out. It was nice to be on here. I'm going to try and make this a little bit more frequent, see what happens. I'm not too concerned about, I don't know. I'm just going to be able to do it when I can do it, so hopefully people can sign in. And again, if you guys are looking for lessons, I'm available for lessons via Zoom. Make sure you hit the link in the description, and I'll get back to you via an email. Send me over an email, and we'll get going. So, all right. Very nice to see you, and until next time.